everybody, my name is Olivia Chuku. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. We have a very important topic to discuss about today that we see mostly in relationships. So the topic we are going to talk about today is relationship and self-love. Self-love sounds familiar, right? We have seen this phrase so much in social media that we keep wondering, what is the meaning of self-love? What is self-love? What do you understand by self-love? This simply means regard for self-own well-being and happiness. So today we are going to look at the 5 tips of practicing self-love in our relationship. Number 1, you take time for yourself. When you are in a relationship, it's very important for you to create time for your own self, for you to have that personal time with yourself, for you to engage in activities that you like, for you to make car time for you and your other friends, and laugh and joke with people that keeps you going. Number 2, you have to be honest with yourself. You know, relationship is something that is very, very fragile, that if you are not very careful, you will see that you lose yourself. If you have the wrong partner, you will see that you lose yourself. There are people that like to minimize their partner's behavior. So because of this, you have to be very, very careful. If care is not taken, you see yourself losing yourself in that relationship. Occasionally check in with yourself and know what is happening around you, and be in your closet and tell yourself, this relationship, am I being honest? This relationship, is this something that is healthy for me? This relationship, is this something that has a future? It's only you that have to tell yourself the truth about your relationship. Your close friends, they don't even know what is happening to you. They only see the glance of what is happening in your relationship. So you are the only person that will tell yourself the truth in your relationship. This relationship that I'm in, does it worth it? This relationship, is this something that I have to pursue for the future? You are the only one that has the answer to your relationship. So try and be honest with yourself. When you are honest with yourself, that means you love yourself. But if you're not honest with yourself, that means you don't even like yourself. That means you are already gone in that relationship. That means you don't even want a happy and healthy relationship, even in the long run. Number 3 of practicing self-love in a relationship is you have to learn how to set boundaries. You really have to learn how to create that boundary between you and your relationship. Of course, in a relationship, there are emotional and physical and psychological space between you and your partner. We all have the right to set our boundaries in a relationship, and you really have to sense when you are being violated in that relationship. Seriously, you really have to sense when you are being violated in that relationship. You really have to use your number 6 to know that this relationship, is this something that I have to wait, or is this something that I have to relax and pursue, or is this something that I have to pack my things and get out? Sometimes I know that it's difficult for married women. I know that it's difficult for married women to say that they are packing their things to go, or this and that. When you sense that that relationship is being violated, you think about your children. Of course, somebody listening to you will be like, okay, you are making a kind of sense. There is no way you will leave your children and live. So you keep praying, and one day maybe God will help you. But what I'm talking about is when you are even not married, and you sense that that relationship, you're not happy in that relationship. There is nothing like self-care. What are you doing in that relationship? Of course, you're not going to get everything you want in a relationship. But when your partner is the type that gives you a listening ear, that shows that the partner has respect for you. But if it's a partner that when you are telling the person this and the person is doing another thing altogether, mostly for single people, I think you have to reason by yourself and know when the time is up for the relationship. Number 4, you have to heal your old wounds before you enter into another relationship. Some people, when they are in a relationship, they will use the way their old relationship had treated them to judge the new one, and that is very wrong. You are punishing your partner, and there is no way you will be happy in that relationship because you are using your old relationship to judge the new relationship. So I suggest that the best thing for you to do is, before you enter into another relationship, because you care for yourself, because you love yourself, you should be able to heal yourself. You should be able to heal those wounds in your mind. You should be able to love yourself, take care of yourself before you dive into another relationship. I think you have to create that me time for yourself so that you should be able to enjoy the next relationship that you put yourself in. Number 5, this last point is very, very important. That's why I'm saving it for the last. You have to sweep off toxic relationship. You really have to sweep off toxic relationship if you notice that you are in one. You don't have to allow anybody to tell you that this relationship you are in is toxic. You don't have to allow your friend to tell you that this relationship is toxic, because you are looking for somebody that you will say is the person that made you to break off from that relationship. No, you know the truth about your relationship. If your relationship is not okay, you are the one in that relationship. You are the one that knows that that relationship is not favorable for you. You don't have peace in that relationship. You are always thinking in that relationship. When people see you as somebody that is in a relationship, you are always looking haggard. You are always looking like somebody that is doing burial. You are always looking like somebody that is mourning. Like, why are you in a relationship? If you notice that that relationship is not okay for you, if you notice that this relationship is toxic, if you notice that that relationship doesn't have a future, if you notice that that relationship that you and your partner, you people are not thinking alike, you people don't have any strategy to make it for the future, what are you doing in that relationship? You really have to tell yourself the truth and sweep off that toxic relationship and take care of yourself, because it's very, very important for you to love yourself before you can love another person. If you don't love yourself, if you don't care for yourself, if you don't take that this relationship is good for you or is bad for you, I don't know what you are doing for yourself. You really have to learn how to love yourself. Do not allow your relationship to remove who you are. Do not allow your relationship to minimize who you are. Of course, you should be in a relationship that whenever you remember you are in that relationship, you are very happy. You are looking young. You are looking fresh. You are looking healthy. You are always having joy in your heart. Some people say whenever they remember they are in a relationship, they have butterflies in their stomach. So if you are that person that when you remember your relationship, you don't have that butterfly in your stomach, what are you doing in that relationship? That means you don't really love yourself. Please let us try and learn how to love ourselves, because if you don't know how to love yourself, I cannot be the one to make you to love yourself. First of all, you have to choose yourself first. You really have to learn how to choose yourself first. I'm not talking about being selfish. Choosing yourself is different from being selfish. You really have to love yourself, because when you love yourself, you will be able to share your love. You will be able to give out love. If you don't have love, you can never give out love. You will see that every time you are always frowning, you're always thinking. Sometimes you are not even there. Your body will be present, but you are always absent-minded. You have to learn how to really love yourself. And by the special grace of God, we will try as much as possible to practice these 5 things and see that our relationship is going well in this 2022. Like I promise you, all of us are learning together. As I'm talking to you, I'm equally listening to myself, and I am praying that all of us will try and put these things in our relationship, because we have to be happy. Our relationship has to be healthy in this 2022. So let's see the tips again. Number 1, take time for yourself. Number 2, you have to be honest with yourself. Number 3, you have to set boundaries. Number 4, you have to heal your old wounds before you enter into another relationship. Number 5, you have to sweep off that toxic relationship. And so that is where we are going to come to the end of today's topic. I hope you are learning along with me, because as I'm speaking to you, I'm equally speaking to myself. And please know that we are learning together. Nobody is above learning. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscription is just free. I love you guys. Thank you.